Hi everyone, it's Suey, and I'm going to do a tag today because it's been forever since I've done a tag. This is one that I have seen many people doing lately. I guess it's an old tag that was originally done by Charlie Ray. I think I got that right. Way back, years and years ago, and somebody's revived it. Awesome. I love it when that happens. And it is called the Currently Reading tag. At first I didn't think I could really do this tag because I was guessing it was about what you're currently reading, and I would be like, okay, I'm reading one, maybe two books, and then that would be the end of the tag. But it's a bunch of other questions too, so we'll see how this goes. The first one is, how many books do you usually read at once? I usually have maybe at least two, maybe three, maybe four that I've maybe started, but I'm not really focusing on. Like for instance, I have Oathbringer that I started right back in March, and it's sitting here with a bookmark in it, kind of a bookmark, waiting for me to come back to it. Have I touched it for months? I haven't, but it's on my currently reading list, I guess. And then there's a nonfiction book I started called, I forgot what it's called. Anyway, the one about being happy. I started it, read a couple chapters, but I'm not really focusing on that one right now. I would say at the most I have maybe four, but I usually am concentrating on just one. Maybe two at the most, where I'm actually reading them at the same time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I don't go crazy with a huge amount of books all at once. Okay, number two, if you're reading more than one book at a time, how do you decide when to switch to reading the other book? Do you read a certain amount of pages in each? Oh no, it is not that complicated. Yeah, it's just my mood maybe. I sometimes have one book out in the living room on the end table by the couch and one book by my bed, and maybe I'll read one book when I sit down for a few minutes between things out on the couch, and then maybe concentrate more on the one by my bed before I go to sleep. Or maybe it's book club and I have 2 days to finish the book, which is happening right now, so I'm concentrating on that book right now and I'm forgetting all about the one that's out by the couch. So it's all about mood or circumstances, or which one grabs me, or keeping track of pages. No. That would be crazy. Yeah, it's just whatever I feel like. Or maybe if I'm going out and about and I have one on my Kindle, then I'll read that one, you know, when I'm out, because it's on my phone. Just whatever works, whatever you happen to be doing, wherever you're at in the house and the book's there. Number three, do you ever switch bookmarks while you're partway through a book? I mean, like I have a bookmark in it and then I think, oh, I want a different bookmark. No. If I lose the bookmark and I can't find it and it's dropped somewhere, then maybe I'll find something else. But no, with the bookmark, it ends up in that book. It usually gets to last through the whole book. And often I use the flaps of a dust jacket for a bookmark. Do you guys do that? I do that a lot. It's probably not very good for the dust jackets, but it's very convenient. Number four, where do you keep the book you're currently reading? Okay, I just talked about that. Usually I have one out by the couch where I sit and read a lot, and one by my bed. If I'm concentrating more on the one by my bed, then it goes, you know, I carry it out. Those are the two places I read mostly. I got this chair here, yeah, for my office to use to read in, but I haven't really read much in it. Yeah, because I usually want to be out where people are at, I think. Sometimes this chair, but mostly in bed or on the couch. And I'll have the books there, yeah. Number five, what time of day do you spend the most time reading? Usually before bed, like I said, but I also watch stuff before bed. So it depends on which thing is grabbing my attention the most. If the book is, or if the K-drama is. Sometimes I do half hour of the book and then an hour of the K-drama. But yeah, it's usually in the evenings. Sometimes before I'm actually going to bed, like maybe it's not very late, maybe it's more like 8 or 9 or something, and I'm out on the couch and I'll read then. But I do read sometimes during the day, depending on the day. If it's crazy, no. If it's a calmer day, then I would maybe read in the afternoon or something. I really love reading in the morning, in bed before I get out and, you know, start the day. Sometimes I'll grab my book and read a little bit in the morning in bed. I really do love that when I can do that. Number six, how long do you typically read for in one go? Yeah, so like I said, maybe half an hour or an hour before bed. Or if it's a lazy afternoon, maybe an hour, a couple hours. There are rare occasions when I'll read for like half the day. if I'm really caught up in a book and there's nothing else that I need pressing that I need to do or whatever. But yeah, it's usually not for very long. That is probably why I don't get as much read as some of you guys do, because I read in little chunks. Like today, I read some of my book club book, but I fell asleep. So I maybe read for like, seriously, maybe 15, 20 minutes. So yeah, I just read in little chunks, except for the evening when it gets to be, you know, like I said, 8 or 9 o'clock, then I'll read a little longer, an hour if it's a good night, and then watch something. My book reading competes with the K-drama watching. You know, I think a lot of people watch TV, so it doesn't matter, just whatever TV you're watching, it competes with that big time. I'm assuming a lot of people have that issue, right? 7, do you read hardcovers with the dust jacket on or off? I leave mine on. I know so many people take them off, but then you lose a dust jacket. There's been people in this house who have taken the dust jackets off of the books, and now I have no idea where those dust jackets are. Makes me crazy. So I leave them on, they don't bother me, and like I said, I use the flap for a bookmark quite often. Which position do you mainly use to read? I'm laying down usually. Laying down with the pillow propped up behind me, so I'm not flat on my back or anything, but or curled up on the couch sideways or something. But usually laying down, yeah, with my feet propped up on something. Pretty comfortable. Number 9, do you take the book you're currently reading with you everywhere you go? No, they usually stay here unless I'm going on a trip, and then I'll stick it in the backpack just in case I get a chance to read it, or if it's not too heavy. If I have a Kindle book going, then it's on my phone, then I might read it here and there if I'm waiting somewhere or if I'm bored somewhere, but I don't usually take my tablet with me except for like on a trip or something. Tablets and books go with me if I go somewhere overnight or long term, a trip. But like out and about, doing errands or whatever, yeah, not then. Number 10, how often do you update your progress in the book you're currently reading on Goodreads? I do not update my progress. I have been updating the Oathbringer one because I knew it would be a long-term thing. But other than that, I will add a book to Goodreads and then I will tell you when I'm done reading it. And so I don't really update a progress. Boring? Is that boring? I don't know. Those are my answers to the currently reading tag. It's been a while since I've done one, so hopefully that's fun to jump back into it. I need to be aware more of what the fun tags are everybody's doing and get these out a little more often. As far as tagging someone, I hate this part of tags because I don't know who's done them and who likes doing tags and who doesn't. So please, if you haven't done this one yet, please do it and then let me know so I can be sure and see it. Anyway, hopefully that helps you get to know my reading habits a little better. I hope you guys are having a great reading month, reading all your tons and tons of books. I am not getting much done this month, as much as I hoped. This month is halfway over. I can't even believe it. Until I see you next time, happy reading. Bye.